Were you aware that Tesla stock may help you become a millionaire? Kevin O'Leary divulged this information. Many believe that Tesla is a good way to retire early. Purchasing Tesla stock has helped many people achieve financial success. Naturally, there is a risk at all times. Continue to watch and stay tuned to learn how to become a millionaire with Tesla stock. In the current economic climate, it can be challenging to launch a successful business right away. Many small businesses had to close during the pandemic, and many people lost their jobs. Most individuals become interested in Tesla after learning that the EV company allows its investors to generate large profits. In today's video, Kevin O'Leary explains how to turn Tesla shares into a millionaire. Following the release of the earnings report for the second quarter, Tesla stock appears to have finally rebounded from the decline. To the joy of investors, the price tag has dropped from the 600 to 700 area in recent months to the 800 range. As said before, a lot of individuals believe that Tesla will enable them to retire early because they will continue to get paid by the company even after leaving their work early. Almost 10 years later, investors who made their original investment in 2010 at the $17 price per share would now have received their money back. According to CNBC projections, a $1,000 investment in Tesla made in 2010 would be worth more than $36,000 on February 4th, 2020. In contrast, over the same time frame, a $1,000 investment in the S&P 500 would have yielded a total return of slightly over 281%. It's likely that investors in Tesla a decade ago are pleased with their decision now. Calculations show that on March 25, 2022, a $1,000 investment started in March 2012 would be worth $148,755.87, or a gain of $14,775.9. Furthermore, price increases are included in this return, while dividends are not. During the same period, the S&P 500 gained 223.54%, while the price of gold increased by 13.54%, while the price of gold increased by 13.37%. Analysts see further upside for Tesla in the future. By 2021's third quarter, Tesla's revenue had increased by 57% year over year. Over a period of years, Tesla management stated that the business plans to increase EV deliveries at an average yearly pace of 50%. The business supplied close to 500,000 automobiles in 2020. In 10 years, the corporation may be supplying 28 million cars yearly based on its projected growth rate. To be fair, going beyond what the company has stated, extrapolating the management's multi-year prediction to the 10-year estimate in this narrative. Within 5 years, if the company's growth slows to an average of 20% per year, Tesla may still be selling about 9.5 million EVs a year by 2030. These might be sufficient incentives for investors to consider purchasing Tesla stock. Nevertheless, according to Kevin O'Leary, investors can easily make millions from Tesla shares. Kevin O'Leary, also known as Terrence Thomas Kevin O'Leary, is a well-known businessman, entrepreneur, author, politician, and television personality from Canada. Acknowledged as Mr. Wonderful on ABC's Shark Tank, he is a strategic investor and the chairman of O'Hare's Investment Advisors and Beanstalk. Along with founding O'Leary Mortgages, O'Leary Books, and O'Leary Fine Wines, O'Leary also formed O'Leary Ventures, a private early-stage venture capital investment firm. In 2019, O'Leary made his first investment in Tesla after his son Trevor, who was an intern at the time, persuaded him that the firm was more about data technology than cars. Mr. Wonderful said that businesses who can pass on their costs to investors and customers who purchase their goods and services, as well as those with strong pricing power, profitable business plans, and low levels of debt on their balance sheets, do incredibly well. He went on to say that he personally prefers to own those over the bonds in the same company because he knows that he will always be paid back, but with a long-term bond where inflation is 6% and I pay 3.2, which is currently the average for corporate paper, that's a terrible place to invest money, so I'd much rather go with stocks. Having said that, the well-known investor claimed that investing is most profitable when everyone else is pulling away. He likened this tactic to psychology's lemming effect. The term lemming effect describes a phenomena in which groups of people in different spheres of life behave in a particular way just because most of their peers do. According to O'Leary, despite the halving of the tech sector, company growth rates have not decreased in the slightest. He claims there's no proof mega-cap internet firms' growth rates have halted. I look at growth, I look at free cash flow, I look at the balance sheet. I don't listen to people talking, I look at cash flow. That's what matters. This is presumably the reason O'Leary has confidence in his investments. When individuals talk about the price of a stock, They frequently mean the price at which the most recent transaction occurred. As a result, unless a new transaction is for the same price as the prior one, the price changes anytime a new transaction takes place. Every day, millions of major stocks move, and with each deal, the price of the stock could fluctuate. The price of thinly traded penny stocks fluctuates less frequently, since they may only trade a few thousand times a day. Nevertheless, fluctuations in stock values are common. This could be the reason Kevin O'Leary suggested investing in Tesla stock, despite its volatile price, which even gives investors the opportunity to become millionaires in under a year. Are you going to buy Tesla stock? Please share your thoughts in the space provided for comments below. Tesla reported a record-breaking $3.3 billion in net income for the first quarter of 2022, above Wall Street estimates on the back of 81% year-over-year revenue growth to $18.8 billion. In the meantime, the financial report for the second quarter reveals revenue of $16.934 billion, which is almost $400 million higher than what Wall Street had predicted. The EV business surpassed Wall Street estimates once more. Having said that, those with the resources and chance to purchase Tesla stock ought to do so only if they have done a thorough analysis of the market and believe this is a wise investment. Remember that stock investing carries some risk but also offers high returns. It is important to note that several elements need to be taken into account before making an investment decision. Investing carries a lot of risk, even though it can yield good returns, so it is always best to be knowledgeable about the financial sector. It should be noted that although a number of factors can influence stock prices, supply and demand in the market at any given time ultimately determine the price. Every day, the forces of the market affect stock prices. This indicates that supply and demand affect share prices. A stock's price will increase if there is a greater desire to purchase at demand than there is supply. On the other hand, a stock's price would decrease if more people desired to sell it than to purchase it, because there would be a larger supply than demand. It's simple to understand supply and demand. What causes people to favor one stock over another and detest another is hard to understand. It all boils down to determining which news is good and which is bad for a company. This is a problem with many possible solutions, and almost every investor you speak to will have ideas and approaches of their own. The main hypothesis is that a stock's price movement reflects what market participants believe a company is worth. Technical factors pertaining to a stock's price history in the market on chart patterns, momentum, and trader and investor behavior are among the fundamental factors that influence stock prices. These factors include a company's earnings and profitability from producing and selling goods and services. Technical as well as fundamental factors influence stock prices. This covers factors like inflation, market strength, amperers, substitutes, unintentional transactions, trends, demographics, and liquidity. Various investor types rely on various variables. Long-term investors place a higher priority on fundamentals and acknowledge the significance of technical factors, while short